I am your mystery. So, welcome to this mystery zone channel. So, on this channel, we are going to see about mysterious facts and mysterious things. So, why it's black? It thing means that's mystery. So, you are gonna whenever you're gonna give me 100 subscribers, it will come to a glow, and when you give 1k subscribers, I'm gonna face it. So let's start this video. So in this video we are gonna see about an very mysterious and interesting fact that's about Earth. So let's start the video. First, Earth has a vast oceans today, but our planet was a dry rock when it first formed, and Earth was a later addition rained down in asteroids from the icy outer solar system. That's what the textbooks say by new researchers published today in the journal Science adds weight to a competing idea that Earth was born wet. Water is abundant in space and is made up of hydrogen with the Big Bang and oxygen released from drying suns. Key points: water is abundant in space, but it was thought that Earth was dry when it is formed. A new study showed that meteorite rocks of the type that built the Earth contain the building blocks of water. This means the water found on Earth from day one rather than being a late addition. So, the planets of our solar system created around 4.6 billion years ago from the clumps of rocks spinning around the sun. Earth was modeled from rocks that came from the inner solar system, where the fierce heat of the sun would have been boiled away any water. So according to textbooks, water must have came later. But cosmochemist Laurent Piani from the Université de Lorraine argues that ingredients to form water were bound up in the rocks that formed Earth. Dr. Piani and colleagues analyzed 13 rare meteorites that come from the remnants of rocks that orbited in the inner solar system when it was a very young age. Before planets formed, these meteorites called enstatite and chondrites are made of the king of rock believed to have formed Earth. At least 3 times the amount of water in the Earth's ocean can be provided by the enstatite and chondrites, said Dr. Pan. She and his colleagues didn't actually analyze water itself in the rocks, but measured one of its building blocks, hydrogen, bound up in the minerals as a proximity. So, now we are seeing that how Earth has formed and how water came. So, and this is my actual what shall I say, my you can say it as the world's mystery, number one mystery. So I have found it. So let's see what's the mystery. The mystery is which was the first animal that was appeared in the world. So its name is a comb jelly. So the comb jelly. The evolutionary history of the comb jelly has revealed surprising clues about Earth's first animal. The comb jelly is a stunning oval-shaped animal that takes its name from the 8 rows of tiny comb-like plates that is used to propel itself through the water. As it swims, the rows of comb plates diffract the light to produce a shimmering rainbow effect that keeps our tour guests coming back for more. Ctenophora comprises a phylum of invertebrate animals that live in the marine water worlds. The, and they are worldwide. They are notable for the groups of cilia they use for swimming, and they are the largest animals to swim with the help of cilia. Depending on the species, adult nanoberries range from few millimeters to 1.5 m in size. So that's all for today's video. That's all. Just 5 minutes. Really, just 5 minutes? When you're asking, it may be 5 minutes or it won't be 5 minutes. So we are going to see how was actually Earth born also. So it's nothing that when the solar system settled into its current layout about 4.5 billion years ago, Earth formed when gravity pulled swirling gas and dust into come become the third planet from the sun. Like its fellow terrestrial planets, Earth has a central core, a rock mantle, and a solid crust. Next, we're going to see about the formation and kid friendlies. Our home planet Earth is a rocky terrestrial planet and it has a solid and active surface with mountains, valleys, canyons, plains, and so much and much more. Earth is special because it has an ocean planet. Water covers 70% of the Earth. So, structure, the inner core is a solid sphere made of iron and nickel metals for about 759 miles, that's 1221 kilometers in radius. There are temperatures higher than 9800 degree F, that's Fahrenheit, and 5400 degrees Celsius surrounding the inner core as the outer core. The layer is about 1400 miles, that's 2300 kilometers thick, made up of iron and nickel fluids. Between the outer core and crust is the mantle, the thickest layer. This hot, viscous mixture of molten rock is about 1800 miles, that's 2900 kilometers thick, and has the consistency of caramel. The outermost layer, Earth's crust, goes about 19 miles, that is just 30 kilometers deep on average on land. At the bottom of the ocean, the crust is thicker and thinner and extends about 3 miles, that's 5 kilometers from the sea floor to the top of the mantle. Surface. If you see on surface, it's like Mars and Venus. Earth has volcanoes, mountains and valleys. Earth's lithosphere, which includes the crust, both continental and oceanic, and the upper mantle is divided into huge plates that are constantly moving. For example, the North American plate moves west over the Pacific Ocean basis roughly at a rate equal to the growth of our fingernails. Earthquakes result when plates grind past one another, ride up over another, collide to make mountains or split or separate. Atmosphere. Near the surface, there are Earth has an atmosphere that consists of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 1% other gases such as argon, carbon dioxide, and all. The atmosphere affects Earth's long-term climate and short-term local weather and shields us from much of harmful radiations coming from the sun. It protects us from meteoroids, most which will burn in the atmosphere, such as meteors in the night sky, before you can strike the surface as meteoroids. Magnetosphere in the Earth. Our planet's rapid rotation and molten nickel iron core gives rise to a magnetic field which the solar wind distorts into a teardrop shape in the space. The solar wind is a stream of charged particles continuously ejected from the sun. When charged, particles from the solar wind become trapped in the Earth's magnetic field. They collide with the Earth molecules above over planetic magnetic poles. These air molecules then begin to glow and cause aurora. or the night dawn and southern lights. Next, next we will see about nothing our videos ending. So bye bye to this video, and next video is not about earth, it's about a very interesting case. So let's end the video.